Welcome to I Know It Sounds Crazy, but It's True podcast. I'm the host, BBJ, and
Joined by Angel.
And Brisha.
let's get into the segment called Situational Antidote, where we pick a subject and tell our story about it. Today's topic is your favorite funny holiday memory.
Before we go into that, I would just like to let you guys know when I said my name, embarrassing. When I said my name, I foot popped. I don't know why. It just happened.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That is weird.
It could be because I'm wearing that dress, but you know.
Oh my God. Anyway, who would like to start today?
uh, Prisha, go ahead.
All right. So I can just call this more of like holiday traditions or things that give me like Christmas nostalgia. Y'all know Natalie Cat Cole?
Sure.
Nat King Cole's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She has a Christmas album and oh my gosh. My mom would play that all the time during Christmas and it just was her voice is just so beautiful and then they have the orchestra in the background and it just sounds really nice. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Also, they would make ham, as we Trinitys do, make ham on Christmas, and then you fry it up a little bit, put some salt, not salt, put some ketchup and mustard in there, A1, with some bake. Sometimes you get saltfish depending on whose house you go to that year, but that's it. Saltfish, bake, ham, and Natalie Cat Cole.
Uh, that sounds like Christmas, honestly.
Oh,
I
don't forget the
s-
smell of the pine tree.
similar you know, holiday nostalgia. Well, for us, as soon as, because again, not from here, as soon as Thanksgiving is done, it is Christmas. Like it might not even be as
Ding!
soon as um Thanksgiving is done. When we go over my aunt's house for Thanksgiving, she already has her Christmas tree up and decorated. So, um, Christmas is a huge holiday for us. And for me, like the nostalgia part is baking bread with my grandfather, you know, um, the smell of the ham all around the house. It's really just a huge gathering and eating. And it's like a 3 day event because it's like we celebrate Christmas Eve, we celebrate Christmas, and in Trinidad, it's Boxing Day afterwards. And we all get together for all 3 of those days. So, like, puts me in a Christmas mood. I don't care what nobody says, that's my Christmas spirit doesn't kick off until I hear that or some praying songs. What about you, BBJ?
So I'm gonna go away from the whole memorabilia situation. I'm gonna actually tell a time about how I thought my aunt was trying to kill me this one New Year's. Um,
How
Sorry,
much
was
did
this
you have to
was this
drink?
the year? No, if I'm
it
not
wasn't
mistaken, that wasn't the problem. Was I
it
there,
wasn't
Simone?
premeditated. I don't think so, but I'm not really sure.
I
It
think I
wasn't
was there.
premeditated. I promise everyone this. It was not premeditated, but I feel like she might have almost killed me that night. So we're all like, you know how everybody do the countdown, 10, 9, 8. We all in the mood of that. Everybody passing out the little hats and stuff or whatever, saying Happy New Year. I don't even remember what New Year this was, but I remember this only because she almost killed me. And my mother likes to go to the store and buy the poppers, like the streamers or whatever. So when you pull it, like confetti pulls out or whatever. So everybody's having a good time. It gets to 3, 2, 1. Everybody's like, Happy New Year, all in the basement and everything like that. And I turned around at the wrong moment when my aunt was pulling the popper and all of that went in my mouth and I almost died that day. And I'm like, I was like, oh my God. And everybody's like, Happy New Year, giving me hugs. Like, y'all don't see me dying.
No one
I'm
is
over
paying
here trying
any
to gasp
attention to
for
you.
life.
No one is paying any attention to
No,
you.
not at all. They're all like, oh my God, giving me great hugs and stuff. Happy New Year. Oh my goodness, I'm glad to have you in the new year. Making jokes like, oh my God, Simone, Happy New Year. Like, bitch, I am dying. You
Somebody,
don't see me
everybody,
dying.
help.
Then even my mother and father gave me hugs and then kept pushing. I'm like, yo,
I
y'all
am
just don't
dying.
care. I could have been dying in y'all face and y'all just would have kept on moving with life until I dropped to the floor. Then y'all would have been like, oh my God, what's wrong? Your sister tried to kill me. How about that? How about that? So that's my memory from a New Year. I always got some New Year stories going on.
Introducing my fiance, Alex. Woo!
My own crackhead failure recently.
I'm gonna edit that out for you.
All of this got to be edited out. It's like 5 minutes of pure straight editing.
All right, go ahead.
Failures are funny.
Who's going ahead?
Yeah, you can go ahead and tell your story, whatever story you're gonna put.
My story. Oh no, I don't have fucking stories. I don't fuck with my family. I don't know.
Well, then put out a tradition. What's a tradition you do every daggone year?
Put out a childhood trauma. We need to laugh at your pain.
I'm not putting my trauma out there. Like, I don't know. My tradition would probably be not Christmas. My bad. Thanksgiving, and Tabrice can attest for this on how my sisters fucking suck at cooking. And Tabrice was gonna sit there and tell a bold-faced fucking lie. Yeah, the food's good. Dry ass turkey. That fucking macaroni and cheese. They made me start on that shit. Oh.
But like, I really like the macaroni.
You're lying through your teeth. You were such a bad liar. No, the food is always terrible. It's always terrible.
It's not even subpar. It's just terrible.
So your tradition is every holiday or whatever holiday you're specifically talking about right now is always trash food.
Absolutely. And yeah, Thanksgiving.
I'll
Wow.
be going because I'm like, hey, do you guys
My
harvest
two
anything?
sisters who are both vegetarian and vegan don't touch
Oh
meat,
God,
and they
crunchy lasagna.
cook meat.
What?
Like,
See,
they were a lot better when my grandmother was alive.
I'm sorry to hear that. I know that holidays are like, I don't know how everybody else's family is, but holidays are big on food for us. So you can't come around cooking, just anything. Actually, grandma and the elders in the family won't allow you. You can't. If you're able to cook on a holiday, that means you could really cook.
They tried to trick me one year.
What do you mean try? They always get you to cook.
No, I'm talking about your family. They try to trick me into bringing a cake or something.
Oh yeah, you don't want to do that.
And you want to say, "Oh yes, come on, bake."
Well, you do bake, but I didn't think they were going to hit you for a holiday.
The most hated aunt. Oh, you bake? You gotta bring some stuff forward sometime.
Because they'll talk about you for years on end. I have a cousin, and the cake wasn't even bad. It was just like small, but she made 2 of them, and they talked about her for like 5 years afterwards for the cake not being enough.
That's
the cake wasn't bad. It was not. Yo, they talked about her. You would have thought she left like eggshells or something in it. No.
Oh gosh.
The cake was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It wasn't enough, and if it's not up to their standards, they talk about you like a dog. Welcome to Caribbean 101. It's the bullshit.
I know for some reason y'all still trust me with making alcohol drinks, so
I don't know why y'all trust him either.
Have you tasted Alex's White Russian? Awesome sauce.
I guess. That sounds like death to me.
Or his jungle juice tastes actually like juice.
Death.
Sometimes, because sometimes I can still taste the vodka. And I guess also because I don't like the taste of vodka, that it's something that really stands out. I don't know. But
Well, to continue this conversation, we're going to go ahead and get into our next segment called Worded Minds, where we pick a word or phrase and discuss the definition of it for ourselves. So today's topic is conspiracy theories. What are your thoughts on conspiracy theories? Oh, and our guest will continue with us today as well.
I think that there's some conspiracy theories that are just like, I guess okay, but like some of y'all just be fucking reaching.
Like what?
Give me a couple of minutes. I will think of one that's just be like, that sounds like a reach.
I mean, I might be able to give you.
Oh, here you go. One of the times that I was talking to a friend beforehand, she was convinced the reason why, I think it was like Jennifer Hudson's nephew passed away is because she sacrificed him to be famous how she is. And I'm like, she was talking about like it's the Illuminati or whatever, and I'm like,
Do you believe in the Illuminati?
oh God. All right, so hear me out. Yes and no. I believe that there could have been a secret society, and there were secret societies. Like that's not it. It's not like not proven. But what I don't believe is how everybody knows everything about this damn secret society. How the fuck is it a secret society? How?
To Brisha
How,
or
my
Alex,
guy?
I mean, Brisha or Alex, do you guys believe in the Illuminati?
I mean, the best way to hide is in plain sight.
That's true.
I feel like something is going on. I just
But
don't
not
know.
everybody knows everything. Like that's my big thing about it. Like y'all know every intricate detail, how to join, how to do this, how to do that, but yet none of y'all all y'all are ass fucking broke. Get out my face.
Why are you so angry?
Because I hate like conspiracy theorists that shit don't make sense really plucks my nerves. I'm about to start a segment like how they had on Family Guy. You know what grinds my gears? Because that shit is something that grinds my fucking gears. You're dumb. Shut up.
Understandable. How do y'all feel about people saying that they feel like the aliens created the pyramids?
What to reiterate the minutes from my last statement. Y'all dumb. Shut up.
Real, how do y'all feel about that statement? Except for Angel, because Angel already said what she said.
I feel like that conspiracy theory in itself is kind of racist to think like, oh, these people from Africa built this thing that shouldn't exist, and they shouldn't be smart enough to know how to do these things.
Boop. Because they didn't say it for the ones in
for anything else. They've never
Well, the
said anything.
explanation I was given, because I didn't put the person's theory down, I just asked them, why
Is
do
it
you
Corey?
believe that? No, I already
I
said
live
who it
with the
was.
person.
Oh, yeah.
And he believes because he doesn't think it's any humanly possible that no one can pick up things that big, like humans can pick up that things that big and make a pyramid that like that. So that was his reasoning. I didn't say I agreed. I just said that was his reasoning.
That's because he's stupid.
Now, I will agree that I do believe that it may be life forms out here, but I don't know about the whole making a pyramid situation. Now, the person you were referring to, Brescia, she has conspiracy theories about the government. It's not on topics like that. It's about the government. About how she believes that the government is trying to take us over, switch us over to be just like China instead of us being free, or how we are having or whatever. They're trying to get us to be like more like China.
Just
Very quiet.
dumbfounded.
So I didn't know. Are you dumbfounded at the comment that I said about both
Because
or one? I want to know which one to put. I don't know. Anyway, so how do y'all feel about that? About conspiracy theories that you're hearing about the government?
Some things are true about the government. That's not. That just sounds really fucking stupid.
I'm going to reiterate my notes from the last couple.
Angel, shush. I'm talking to the other two that's here with us.
What specific conspiracy theories about the government?
That one.
So she was saying that she believes that the government is trying to turn us into an economy like China. So it's the same type of government that they're being forced to be into or whatever, instead of the free economy that we're dealing with right now. She
Here's
believes
the thing
that,
about that.
and
She
she believes a
can't
couple other
explain it.
things. Like I should have brought that fool on here to explain her theories because she irritates my soul when she talks about them. But
Not the soul.
yes, the soul.
I mean, I wouldn't say all that, but I would definitely say that a select few billionaires are definitely trying to monopolize the market,
Mm-hmm.
and they have some politicians dipping into their pockets, so their anti-competitive behavior is going not necessarily under the radar, but not punished. Like Amazon, for an example, because who competes with Amazon?
Right.
No one. But, hear me out, Alex. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's just out there. If you did any sort of research, you can find things
I'm not saying
that
it is. I'm
that
just
prove that
saying.
that's 100% right.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's a conspiracy theory. What I'm saying is that counter to what the other conspiracy was, that the government's trying to turn us into China or whatever, is that I don't think the government is. I think the government's just getting paid off to look the other way.
I don't feel like that's going to happen, but to each their own in their opinions.
Alex, what are some the conspiracy theories you wanted to talk about?
Please and
I mean,
thank
they're
you.
nowhere near as deep as this. Oh man. I was gonna go with like the conspiracy theory that Drake killed XXX Tentacion.
Right, like why do you think Drake killed him? Like why? Do you have any
Why?
idea?
Why? Oh man, you put me on the spot. His one tweet, X's tweet, my bad, where it says, "If anyone tries to kill me, it was at Champagne Poppy. I'm snitching right now." And that was I forget how long before that was, before his actual murder was. And then you have lyrics from one of his songs, like Triple X, "You're Not a Threat." Here, end up getting loose and getting pictures from my ex, SMS Triple X. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck. And X got shot below the neck.
Well, there's a lot of body below the neck, so
Yeah, I just not a lot of like ground behind it, and I just like to go with it just because it's fun. But there was apparently beef between the two though, because XX was saying some shit about Drake and his son with the stripper, and I think this was before he was really like public about it.
So why he wasn't really all that public? The child looks nothing like him.
You don't think so?
Why?
Nothing.
No,
like
he
him.
looks like his grandmother because they were like that's the reason why he didn't want to like admit that was his son and didn't put him out in the world because he looks too white.
It ain't even that he looks too white. To me, he just does not look like it. I mean, if you have a biracial person and they have a child with a white person, they're 75% white. They're supposed to look white. It would be weird if they looked more black than white.
But that he wouldn't be like the cool looking mixed child. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a look when they try to have like black people and make them like racially ambiguous. So he wasn't like dark enough or like black enough for him to be like, it's cool for him to be his son. So he'd rather deny.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you're already the half-white child and you have a child with someone white. Like, I don't get... Fuck it. That was just stupid on Drake's behalf to think that your child was going to come out super dark.
Let's
That's
get back
what
on topic.
you're right, please. And to answer your question from before, there's no conspiracy. They want to live a street life. You live by the street, you die by the street. That's
Okay. Can I argue that for a second?
Go for it.
He didn't like have people in, what am I trying to say? He wasn't like a guns person. He was more of like a feelings rapper. So he's not like
we're still
X.
talking about X, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're specifically talking about X.
Yeah.
Okay.
He definitely wasn't a street type. He was definitely more of a, in my feelings type of thing. Like his early music was definitely a little bit more violent, but he was definitely like branching away from that and trying to like change his image and how he was perceived as an artist. Like he wanted to get past all
X
that.
is one of the few artists that I'm familiar with his work. Like really familiar with his work.
Oh yeah, I listen all of it.
How do y'all feel about the whole thing with the Gucci Man and the Meg Thee Stallion clones? I've heard like a couple of people saying that they're not their regular selves. That's not them. They're clones. Now I don't know if it was in a joking matter, but I feel like some people that have, because it's not just like one or two people. Like I've heard it from multiple people that believe that Gucci
At
Man
least
is a
for
clone.
Gucci Man, I can see that. Gucci Man, first of all, his whole facial structure is different from, like, if somebody didn't tell me honestly that was him, I wouldn't have known that was him. To me, even though you lose weight or whatever, your face is not that far off from what you were beforehand. He does not really look like the same person. Now, I don't know about this Meg Thee Stallion thing, but I do know that she's over 30, right?
I think so.
30?
Yeah, ain't she 30, 31?
Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah.
She's like 25. Could
have swore somebody told me that she was like 30.
No, she's like 25, 26.
My point is disproved. I was going to say, after 30, them knees be going and she be going down. So, I don't know. That could be some robotic ass knees.
She got five more hot girl summers.
Right. Okay.
About Tupac being alive and he's living on the island somewhere, living it up.
Cuba with his aunt.
He's faking his death at the moment. He's not really dead.
Those are just some diehard fans who just don't want to let go.
Or I don't think people like me that think Drake killed XXXTentacion.
Could
Scientology be considered a conspiracy theory?
The what?
What is it?
Scientology.
It's a religion. It's a proven religion.
How? It's not a proven religion.
It's a religion.
It's recognized.
I get it.
But how are religions not conspiracy theories? Just because enough people believe it.
I mean, we're not arguing if their beliefs are different. I think we're arguing the conspiracy of Scientology as like a group, as a congregation.
Are they listeners that don't know what Scientology is? Here go the people who's talking about it to explain it.
Scientology is a religion that believes we were placed on the earth by aliens. So I would guess it's basically Christianity, but Jesus and God are aliens.
Oh.
And I'm sure there's tons of people that would disagree with me because I'm not a Scientologist and I don't exactly know what they do. But that's the gist of it.
Interesting. I would love to interview someone who's into Scientology.
Yeah. But that's because I feel like that ties into the first one,
with the Illuminati. Oh, the aliens building the pyramid.
So why not believe, Jesus was Marvin the Martian?
Angel, shut up. Speaking of that, like going back to that in the Illuminati, do y'all really do believe that so I know how Angel stands on this notion. So Angel, don't say anything. But
Bitch, try
how do
to
y'all
tell me not
believe?
to say anything
Because you
on
already said
our
your piece
podcast.
on it. You already said your piece on it. I was gonna say, do y'all really believe that Kanye sacrificed or whatever? Because you know the conspiracy theory is like he sacrificed his mother in order for him to be, you know, in the Illuminati type situation.
No, I think he's just crazy.
You just think he always off his meds. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think that's so stupid. He was already famous. They wouldn't have needed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause he
It-
is really smart, and he is a genius when it comes to what he does. But it's just, you know, all of his genius really comes from when he's not on his medication. But that's really common though with people that have what he has, a bipolar disorder, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what he is.
Yeah, which my grandmother, she was a artist. She did a lot of painting, and all of her best paintings were when she was off of her medicine, because that's when she was the most creative. But the problem is that, you know, when you go off your medicine and you're bipolar like that, you go batshit. And, you know, she'd go from, you know, painting to trying to burn me at the stake because she believes I'm the reincarnation of some prophet that was burned at the stake.
Is there any other ones that y'all have heard recently? Or
Well, like,
about the notion with conspiracy theories? Like, do you feel like it's really just people who's bored that want to make up stuff just to debate?
You know what I do like? I like when they have like the Disney conspiracy theories or like a TV show
Okay.
conspiracy theory. Now, see that is kind of cool, you know, to
What do you mean,
output.
Disney?
All right, so there is like I was reading about one actually today for Moana, and it apparently at the beginning of the movie there's this terrible storm, and they said it's a conspiracy theory that she died in that storm, and her whole journey is her journey to the afterlife, using the movie as her journey to the afterlife, which is why all of those incredible things happen. It was just in, you know, in her spirit form, or like how all of the, you know, again, going with Disney, all of the movies are connected on some like universal level or whatever, like those type of conspiracy theories, cute, you know. But something that don't make sense at all whatsoever, like you're putting two things together that shouldn't be together and making a sandwich, like the whole sacrificing somebody that had nothing to do with, you know, your actual thing does not make sense. It just doesn't.
So when does it become conspiracy theory and when does it become belief?
I think honestly for humans, when the government confirms it.
That's when it's a conspiracy theory or it's a belief?
It's a belief. So somebody can have an idea and like we can witness this to be truthful. But in this day and age, like until the government confirms it, it's always going to be technically like a conspiracy theory.
I think it more so depends on the person. Like I feel like those two, there's no strict line in between them. In all actuality, for the most part, there's no proof for either one of them. It's just somebody said something.
So the reason that religion isn't being counted as a as a conspiracy theory and they allow people to practice their religion is because it makes them money.
Ellis, would you like to add on to the question in hand?
I guess it's just really the number of people.
Okay, so yours is more like the number of people who believe in it. That's when it's a belief rather than a conspiracy theory.
Well, I'd say a conspiracy theory is a belief as well. It's just not an accepted belief. Because you would say, you know, people who are anti-religion would probably look at religious people the same way we all look at people who think that, you know, aliens built the pyramids.
Right.
It's just a bunch of people that think everybody else is stupid because they believe one thing.
rich Christian people, like owners of churches and whatnot. They make a lot of money, and then they go and bribe these politicians.
What do y'all think about people going to space and totally not building a space station, to totally leave all the poor people on Earth as it crumbles into dust?
I say hopefully we that's not in our lifetime.
I mean, we just had 2 or 3 billionaires go to space? It was 2.
Yeah, but it's gonna take a long time.
So y'all gonna ignore me? Wow.
I don't think it will, because Elon's already constantly sending stuff up to the International Space Station, just because they felt like it, because we could, rich people can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the one guy that just canceled because of a scheduling issue.
Canceling
Like,
issue.
imagine
issue.
Imagine spending $28 million and then canceling because something else came up that's more important than going to fucking space.
Can you imagine getting like a call like, "Hey boss, I'm not coming in." Why not? I'm going to space.
How do y'all feel about the conspiracy theory that Armstrong really didn't land on the moon? It was staged.
I don't want to believe it, but I also have a hard. See, it's not that I have a hard time believing we landed on the moon. I have a hard time believing that we lost the technology. Because that was the whole argument why we haven't gone back, is that we lost the technology on how to get there, which makes no sense. Like,
right.
It just up and disappeared, and now we can't get back to the moon.
And we have advanced further past that.
Part of the counter argument too, though, is that we've sent so much shit up into space that there's so much debris floating around that if you wanted to send something up there, you'd have to pray something doesn't slam into it and blow a hole through it, because all that debris up there that's forming a mini asteroid field around our planet is so small, but it's going so fast that if it hits something, it's just gonna blow right through it. But like you said, I have a hard time believing that we lost the technology.
Do you believe it's civilization on Mars?
All right, my time to shine. So I think that there is life on other planets and even other galaxies, but we're using what we consider to be alive to recognize them from another planet to be alive. Maybe we just don't have the senses to recognize the life that's going on. It can be just so massive that we can't comprehend, or so small we can't comprehend. When you think of an alien, they have these big eyes, they have nostrils, they have mouths, they have legs, they have arms. Who's to say they need those kinds of things? Who's to say they have arms? Why did we form it after the human body?
So you say you do believe in that?
Yes, but we just can't comprehend them. And also, if let's say there's people just like us, but in a different galaxy, and they were to look at this planet right now, they would see dinosaurs, because that's how time works.
Okay. So you believe in that too?
I feel like it would be ridiculous for us to think that we're the only planet with life on it. So yeah, I believe that there's some planets out there with life. I just don't know where it is. I did think of another conspiracy theory, though.
Let me hear it.
That somebody had told me, and it was interesting. But what did they say? It was something along the lines of, with the whole Adam and Eve situation, that they sent. We originally were on Mars. That's why there's water on Mars. But Adam and Eve got sent to the Earth because we had destroyed the planet already on Mars, and that's the asteroid that killed the
dinosaurs.
So it was connected, and I was like, oh, that's a kind of neat. Why did we lose that? Why did you send your 2 dumbest to come down here?
So thanks everyone for listening. I would like to thank Alex for staying on with us today. I appreciate it. And please like, comment, and share with other people, and let us know what you would like to hear next time we talk about something. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.